Man, what's going on? So I get questions a lot about this. Folks starting out and they want to be a real estate wholesaler, and maybe you don't come from a construction background. You don't know what it costs to fix a roof, for example, or how much cabinets cost. And these you got to know this stuff, right? I mean, this is you're hey, gee, Mister Joe the rehabber, I got this really cool house on 123 Main Street, and it's a lovely house, and it's pink, and you want to buy it? Well, he's gonna go, okay, yeah, well, potentially, tell me about the house. What's the square footage? How many bedrooms does it have? What's the ARV? And he's gonna ask you, what's the repairs needed? Okay, how much does it cost for repairs? You got to know this stuff, right? So how do you know this stuff? How can you get started? So I wanted to, a lot of things, people want to know specifically is what's the most expensive stuff, and what you really need to know the money in rehabs generally, okay, is always going to be carpet and paint's pretty cheap, okay. Even blowing out walls is pretty cheap too, okay. Drywall, that kind of thing. The real money in this stuff is the HVAC, okay, which I mean by air conditioning and a furnace, okay. That's expensive. You need to know that stuff. And two, like electrical, okay. So some of these old homes I've been to, I mean, they don't have they only have a meter out there. Maybe it's been abandoned for 10 years. That's gonna be some money, okay. And not only that, here's why these are so expensive. Most of the time, permits are going to be involved, okay, and so you're going to have to get a license. It can't just be, Bob the handyman, on Craigslist who's going to go out there and I mean, like, help. I mean, you have to going to get it permitted, okay. That's going to cost some money because somebody's going to put their license on the line saying, yeah, this is good. You can go ahead and sue me if you want, but I'm telling you, it's my professional opinion. My license is on the line, but it's repaired and working. Does that make sense? So that's not cheap. It's not. So HVAC, electrical, another one is plumbing. Plumbing is real expensive too. Okay. So if you're talking about doing a whole new kitchen typically is expensive. Okay. It just is. All right. The cabinets, be some money, but the rough-in plumbing, all that kind of stuff, that's gonna be, some cash. All right. So you always want to look at, the HVAC, the electrical, and the plumbing. Okay. And then you also want to make sure that it's financeable. What I mean by financeable, your C buyer is going to be what a rehabber does. Like you see in TV shows, right? They buy a house at a discount and they throw a bunch of money at it. They redo it and all this stuff, and they sell for a profit. And they sell it to somebody who typically gets a loan to buy it. And most people in America get FHA loans, government-backed loans, and so that their lenders are driving the train. So you want to know what financeability is, and so the question is, well, how do I know all this stuff? My best advice to you, I've talked about this before, meet some trades guys. Actually ask your cash buyers, hey, what you pay for the roof? How much you pay for the egress window? How much you pay for that septic tank, right? How much you pay for the rough-in? You add in the ensuite upstairs. How much you pay for the rough-in plumbing? I mean, they'll tell you, and take notes. Okay, so when you talk to them about the next deal, you say, hey, that rough-in plumbing, you could add a third or second bathroom upstairs in this house for next, like you did in the last one for $1,500 or whatever the number is. Does that make sense? That's going to help you. Okay, so get to know the expensive stuff, and once you know what that is, you can have a really good idea kind of what your rehab cost is. And if you need help knowing what that is, ask your buyers. Okay. So listen, if you need help, let me know. We could get on a Zoom call, walk you through this stuff, maybe make some money together, or I can give you some free advice, whatever. But yeah, Godspeed, and we'll talk to you soon.